1 in 3 men haven't had sex in the last year or are virgins. This is a stat that I talk about quite a lot in my videos because it's very telling. We're in an unprecedented time now in society, in this world, where there's a large proportion of men who do not have access to sex, who do not have access to women. It's always been the case in society that there's been a group or proportion of men who did not pass their DNA on. These are the men who were the bottom of the food chain. For whatever reason, they did not pass their DNA on. They didn't sleep with women, they didn't have families. However, now that proportion is quite large. It's 33.3333% of the population. That is quite big. That's 1/3 of men, anywhere from the ages of 18 plus. And when I tell people that stat, most people are confused. They're like, really? What? But that's because the guys who aren't having sex are the guys who are invisible to you, the guys that you don't notice, the guys who probably stay in the houses most of the time, the guys that girls don't even know exist. And even if you want in that stat, you probably do have some experiences where you can relate to those things. As most of you are aware, I offer coaching now. I do coaching for men when it comes to dating, masculinity, fitness, everything that goes into being a high value man, and basically unfucking your life to get to where you want to be. The biggest thing that guys come to me with is that they don't understand women. They don't understand how to get them. They don't understand why women don't want them. So with that, here's 5 reasons why she doesn't want you. Number 1, you aren't physically attractive. Now, I know this is very obvious and people will be going, yeah, well, obviously, if you're not attractive, she's not going to want you. But most guys fuck up on this first step. Most guys trip up on the most basic thing. Most guys aren't in good shape. Most guys don't get regular haircuts. Most guys don't look after themselves. Most guys are pretty repulsive to women. Most guys don't realize what it takes to be an attractive person. And of course, if she doesn't find you attractive, why would she want to be with you? She has to, on some level, like the look of you, because biologically she wants to pass her DNA on. Because biologically she has to like you enough to want to give you access to sex. Now if you're sat there thinking, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to be more attractive, well, there's a free guide in my bio. This is not me trying to plug some shit, just go and read the free guide. It's a free ebook, it's like 15 steps. And in that I tell you how to groom yourself, haircut, fitness, the gym, all that stuff. But if there's one piece of advice I'd give you right now, it's get in the gym. Your physique will change you and your face more than you could ever realize. Having muscle and being lean, i.e. your low body fat, your muscles are shown off, your face is chiseled, that will change your appearance more than anything else that you can do. If every guy was in good shape and got a regular haircut, they would realize how attractive they could be, but most guys don't do this. Mainly because most guys have never tried and they don't realize that this little bit of effort compounded over time makes such a big difference to who they are and how they are perceived. They've never tried it, so they don't know how beneficial it can be. I see guys like this constantly. They go through life thinking, I'm born ugly, there's nothing I can do. No mate, you're 20% body fat, you've got tits, you've got a belly, you've not had a haircut for 2 months, you've not shaved for a few months. Like, do the basic things and then see how you look. Number 2, you don't show her that you can take care of her. This is kind of something that's been forgotten about for the last decade, maybe even 2 decades, is that women want a man who is bigger than them. Women want a man who looks like they could take care of them. A lot of women want a man who looks like he could fuck her up because that shows that he's stronger than her, he could take care of her. We're in this weird time now where women are going for very feminine men, and a lot of that is largely down to the contraceptive pill, believe it or not. It's castrating them. It's making them want lower testosterone men, which are more feminine men, which are men who are typically skinnier, smaller, shorter, not assertive, don't have masculine traits. You might make the argument of he doesn't really have to protect her because of the world we live in. We have the police now and all this stuff, but women still desire a man who's bigger and stronger than them. I'm sure you might have seen the trend on TikTok at the moment. It's like, it's big boy season. I want a big boy. I want a big boy. And all the videos are like some big fucking jack guy picking up some little girl. Like, it's a fetish for them. They all want that. Same reason why guys want girls shorter than them. And if she looks at you and you've got really skinny arms and you don't look like you could protect her if something were to happen, she's not even gonna look twice at you. Which again goes back to get in the gym and get in shape. Number 3, you don't show her that you're going places. Women want a man who has ambition. Weirdly, whether or not you actually achieve those things, that's a different story, but women want a guy who at least shows that he has some idea of where he wants to go in life, because women, they just want to follow. They want a man who leads, who they can follow. And if a man shows that he has direction in life, he has an idea of where he wants to go, they're going to follow him because that makes their life easier. Women want to be a guy's number 2 if he shows her that he can look after her, he can give her this quality of life and this certain lifestyle that she wants. That's all she wants. I've seen this all the time. You may have seen this all the time. Girls go for these guys who are, they're losers, they're bums, but they have this blind confidence about them where they tell all these bullshit stories about, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, we're going to live here, we're going to live there, and girls buy into it because they want to believe the guy. The guy might be attractive, but he might have nothing going for him. He might be a loser, but she will buy into the fact that he believes so strongly in himself that they're going to go places. So think about where you want to go in life. Think about goals you have. Set monthly goals, yearly goals, 10-yearly goals. What's your life going to look like when you're older? And sell that to a girl. Number 4, you are feminine. Now, this is the most common thing that we see nowadays in men. They don't know how to be masculine. They don't know what masculinity means. This is something I get so much stick for, because when you talk about masculinity and you instill in men a masculine ideal, it's seen as being toxic, simply because to be masculine means to be assertive, to be dominant, to lead. But people forget that the reasons why we have anything in society is because men were masculine, men were dominant, men were assertive. We couldn't conquer a different country if we weren't dominant and assertive. We couldn't put up a fucking building if we were lazy and gave into our feelings every time we didn't want to do something. Again, women want a man who leads, who they can follow, and a feminine man is not going to lead. A feminine man is indecisive. He asks her, where shall we go for food? What shall we do tonight? She doesn't want that. Whenever a girl wants to do something, don't fall into the trap of asking her, what shall we do? Just tell her. Tell her, we're going here for food, we're doing this tonight. She'll fucking love you. She doesn't want to have to think about things. She wants her life to be as easy as possible, and if you can make these decisions for her, she will love you. Over the last year, especially, I've been on a mission to become as masculine as possible. I've been intentionally putting myself in scenarios and acting a certain way to become more masculine. And what's the result of that? I've attracted very feminine women. Guys want these girls who are very submissive and feminine and who will let them lead, but they don't realize you have to become that guy first. You can't expect a woman to be very feminine if you're not a masculine guy who shows that he can look after her. A woman will not feel comfortable and secure and safe if you do not show her that you can look after her. So how do you become more masculine? Being more masculine and being a man first comes down to you deciding who it is you want to be. Everyone's idea of masculinity is different. Mine, for example, is stoicism. It's someone who's assertive, strong, dominant, does what needs to be done regardless of how he feels, is respected. That's an idea of masculinity. So write these things down, write these traits down that you want to aspire to, and start thinking, how can I implement these into my life? How can I be more assertive? You could, for example, you're in a friendship group, you take control of things, you lead, you decide what we're doing, you tell the group we're going to do this tonight. Somebody has a go at you, you say, shut the fuck up, you bite back at them, or like whatever the fuck it is, show people that you're not to be disrespected and mess with. There's lots of little things that you can do to implement to become more masculine, more dominant, and whatever it is you want to be, but you have to first define what are the characteristics that I want to have as a man. Number 5, you don't have a life that she actually wants to enter. This is probably the biggest thing that guys trip up on because they go on dates or they chat to girls online and they get rejected. What does your Instagram portray? What does your dating profile portray? What sort of lifestyle are you selling to her? If you look like a boring cunt, why would she want to enter this lifestyle into you? If you look like you just play video games all day, why is she going to want to enter this life? Girls just want to have fun. They want to do fun things. So if you show your dating profile and it's you on holiday, you with friends having fun, you doing exciting things, maybe you're going for a drive, she wants to be part of that because she wants to have a good time. And if you can be the one who shows her a good time, that's what's going to make her interested in you. Whereas if you have 3 selfies on your profile in your bedroom, even if you're the most attractive man in the world, you're probably not going to do that well still, because what the fuck does that show? And again, with your Instagram, if you have boring photos of you doing nothing with yourself, bar just weird selfies, like you're like in your bedroom taking selfies, why the fuck would you want to reply to a DM that you've sent her? What are you showing her that you have to offer? Start looking at girls' Instagrams. They're very good at constructing their Instagrams to create an image of their lifestyle, to show what they do. You have the pretty little thing girls who are always in them dresses going on nights out. You have the party girls, the club girls, the festival girls. People will tell you their lifestyle on social media, on dating apps, and you should do the same thing. Show a girl that you are somebody worth being with. That was 5 reasons why she doesn't want you. There's quite a few more, but stick with these for now. If you want specific one-on-one advice, you can either book a call below with me and I will speak to you one-on-one and give you some advice and some help. Or you can go to my TikTok, my Instagram, which I link below, where I have videos on these topics which may be helpful. That's all. Thanks.